right, and we are back live at the LARK podcast, Loving and Raising Kids. I am your host, Dr. Shelley Holt, along with my amazing husband,
Arthur Holt.
right here in the house. And y'all already know I am having all of the feels right now because one of the legends of music, of movies, like y'all recognize this brother sitting here next to me. If you don't, you better ask somebody or go get your mama because you're too young to be watching this. This is the amazing legend, Mr. Christopher Williams. Thank you for being here with us today. And so our podcast is really about, we're entrepreneurs and we're doing the Juneteenth thing and everything, but it's really about how we are working parents. And you just mentioned as you were coming up that you're ready to get to your daughter. It couldn't have been
Right now.
Tell us a little bit about what it's been like working all these years and being a father.
Tightrope act. Because, with any kids, even I don't care if you work close or you work far, all you can do as a parent is love them and do the best you can and then just hope that when they get out there, they can navigate a happy life, find something they do that they really love and hopefully make some time to still see your parents.
So true. So true. So I know he bossing me around from behind the camera and everything.
He said he got a great shot.
So he's got a future producer, right? Cameraman, producer, and all the things. So you have had an amazing career, still in your career. What has it been like to be in the business for this long? And what have you seen change over time?
Mostly no. I mean, being in this business for so long, my aunt was in the business for a long time. My aunt's Ella Fitzgerald. So when I got in the business, I didn't intend on it being like a one-stop shop. It was like no other plan B. And, there was some growing pains and some, there's some hiatuses because of the business side. But it gives you an opportunity to really learn your craft, like you're entrepreneurs. We start out in business, especially in the era that I started in the 90s. So I'm leading to what the change is. Back then, there was a lot of money in marketing promotion. There were record deals, record companies. They were all crooked. And you learn, you get famous. You appreciate that they put a lot of money in, but you wasn't going to make no money. The money's in. But now, being able to avert all my reissues and my license, and now I own my masters, it's a beautiful thing, like making new music. I got my own label. So the internet and the traditional meets the legacy artist perfectly because you're exposed to the new way of things, but you also still have a publicist and I think now is better because people want a personal interaction. Like back in the 80s and 70s was like artists weren't supposed to touch people. It was like the Michael Jackson thing.
Right.
But I think now on the internet is cooler. And for me, I remember when I went out to do plays, that was like one of the most gratifying things that I got to see the faces of people who really listen to my music and you hear amazing stories that you never would know unless you read Mail in a Fan Club and all that. So it has changed in those perspectives, but I still love music. So I'm still loving it. I'm still in love. So
that is so beautiful to hear, especially the piece about owning your own work, owning yourself. That's part of what we believe in at Loving and Raising Kids, which, as you know, is a partnership with the Fresno Metro Black Chamber. And we're really about home ownership, entrepreneurship, and of course, mentorship. And what I saw you do on stage, you brought up your godniece and you highlighted her. And you saw me out there. I was so excited just to see you highlighting her and using your fame. We call that opening the door, right? You're opening the door for the next generation and say, baby, I got this door. I'm going to open it. You need to slide your behind on in and do what you need to do. What's that been like for you the last 2.5, 3 years to mentor her?
Amazing. I mean, she's kind of seen every situation stage-wise, different bands, different techniques. It's like Kung Fu styles. You know what I mean? So you learn the drunken monkey, 5 fingers of death.
Show enough.
Yeah. So you got to learn different styles, Hapkido, Wing Chun, all these different things. And I think she's really on her way. She's super gifted, her work ethic is incredible. We're in the final phase now of her just getting her record together. And now she's got to train like she's in a championship fight.
And part of that training, and we talked about it a little bit earlier, because yesterday I lost my voice doing this, and all the years of doing theater, and I was like, oh my gosh, how did I lose my voice doing podcasts? How do you take care of your voice as an actor, as a vocalist, and now training her to do the same and do show after show after show? That's a skill. How do you do that?
A lot of natural things: soursop, ginger, mullein leaf, a lot of mullein leaf tea. Man, anything natural that can go in my body. Green tea before the show. because it gives you a little energy. We own a vegan restaurant in Brooklyn called Vegan Solicious. Nacho Cacha, shout out to Chef Charlize and Don Martin. So we're taking over Crown Heights. And like you said, it's about entrepreneurship and being able to identify some of these young kids because they don't interact like we used to. Like they don't play stickball, they don't jump double dutch. Everything is on the phone. So when you see them engaging like this young man and he has an interest in doing something, it's easy for somebody who has done it to say, okay, I can get them in this position. I can give them a mentorship or an apprenticeship, or I can just give them a job. And that's the greatest part about music, is that it opens up opportunity. I mean, honestly, I have a company called Promised Land and a foundation called Corey and Copas. Those are my grandkids. And my end goal at music is that people don't remember Christopher Williams. They'll just remember Promised Land.
That is legacy. That's the generational wealth. And that's, I mean, our story, I mean, we're just now getting to know each other, but our story is very similar, that we left the 9-to-5 world. He was in politics for years. I was a school superintendent, teacher, all that. But
you're doing it together. Yeah.
We had to. We wanted them to see that you can work together, you can love each other, you can give back to the community. And there's money in that. There's a lot. It's not just like, okay, we're doing charity work. It's also profitable, for us to build that next generation.
That's what is good about now, because once you get a bigger platform, enough algorithm, you can really start to influence and affect not only just your community, but wherever your voice is heard.
Oh my gosh, so amazing. And so Christopher Williams is here with us. I mean, y'all, I'm having a whole moment because I got to be honest with you. My daddy wouldn't even let me have your poster in my room when I was younger. He's like, get that. I watched New Jack City, fell in love with it. I was like, Daddy, I got me a picture. He was like, take that.
Now, when that movie came out and when you appeared, man, you just heard all the ladies in the audience, man. I'll never forget that, man.
What do you mean it's scared, right?
We were in the theater. I took her to the Whitestone Theater drive-in in Bronx, and the same thing happened. I came in the first scene and the theater erupted. My mother got scared and wanted to leave. And she was like, what is going on? And then someone yelled they saw me. So security had to come get me and my mom out of the movie theater. She was a little upset, honestly, but then she got used to it. Yeah. And my mother always used to stimulate me. She wanted me to be a soap opera star. And I was like, I don't want to be in no damn soap opera.
You were going to be the next Victor Newman on The Young and the Restless?
Next Shamar Moore. They thought we was the same people. Me, Chico, Albie Shore, Shamar. They like one of them light-skinned dudes. Hey, man, light-skinned present, baby.
And High Yellow Brothers. We love them all, right? And so now that we're the aunties and the uncles and soon to be elders in the community, this is the question we ask of everybody that comes on our show. What advice would you have for the next generation coming up that is seeing us and not understanding that this is hard work and you're still just a human being? Like at the end of the day, yes, you're famous. You are the Christopher Williams, but you're still a dad, a grandpa trying to be like, how quick can you get off of here so I can go see my baby, right?
Purpose. I think we've been indoctrinated in a world where we're supposed to form an understanding of everything that's going on. But I think the greatest thing that God left is to form an understanding. And once you find your understanding, you know what your purpose is, and you feel free to jump in that. And you don't have to be cocky. You don't have to use your talent or your wealth or your influence to be mean or truculent or any one of those words that fit just being an a-hole. Because, I mean, to whom much is given, much is definitely required.
And I got to say, your voice today was, my gosh, it is still on point. And you don't see that everywhere. We love going to live music and concerts. And that's the first thing I turned. I was like, he still sounds amazing. And so thank you for offering your gift to the Fresno community. Thank you for closing out this Juneteenth experience here in Fresno. It was
a lot of fun. It was a party out here, y'all.
And we are going to do it again next year and the year after that and the year after that. Thank you for being with us, Mr. Christopher Williams. We are Arthur and Shelley Holt of the LARK podcast, Loving and Raising Kids, because we were not made to live to work. We are not made to work to live. We are made to, how am I messing this up back and forth?
It's live, baby.
It's live. But y'all know what I'm trying to get at, right? We do not live to work. Work to live. We do not work to live. We live to work. Golly, I am going back and forth.
You
Y'all
got
get
it, though, baby.
You get it.
You got it.
We have to make sure we put that legacy in front of everything that we do. Focus on our kids and our families. That is the first job that God gave us. It is not all these jobs and the record deals and the famous. That doesn't matter if our families are falling apart. The degrees don't matter if your family is falling apart. And you heard it here from Christopher Williams and Dr. Shelley Holt and Arthur Holt that we have to love and raise our kids in the best way possible. We will see you on the next show. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And check out Mr. Williams' new record and his nieces, right? Is he your god?
She's my goddaughter.
Your goddaughter's new record, Shakira, who was amazing. Y'all, beautiful. This woman's voice was velvety. And them together, don't get me started on, the whole, voice part of it. It was beautiful. Yeah. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for joining us here in Fresno. And we will see you on the next one.